Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Becca Marino and I am a soul mentor, guiding you back to the magic within your soul. Now today is a very special day for me. It is Friday the 10th of March and it is 4 days until I go to the North Devon Innate Wellness Conference and I am bursting with excitement. I've already started packing and I can't wait. I live quite away from North Devon. I'm actually in northwest London, so quite a way to go, but it is totally worth it. Now, this is a completely separate thing to me and what I do in my business. This is another business run by Deborah Simmons and Beck Sheffield and a few other friends and family members that, probably behind the scenes people. And they are very, very special people in my life. So I just wanted to take this minute to, advertise their conference because they have a very special place in my heart. And this will be the third conference of theirs that I'm going to. And it's just my delight to talk about it. It's such an amazing space to be in the room, to go to the conference. And I will leave all the details to that below in the description. I do believe that the March 2023 conference tickets are still on sale, but Deb and Beck are super organised and the March 2024 tickets are also on sale. So if you can't make it next week, because it's quite short notice if you're just hearing about it, the conference for this year is Wednesday the 15th until Friday the 17th of March. And for next year, the dates are already up on their website. So go click the link in the description below and feel free to book now. And I think they're running a special offer. So if you contact them, see if you're entitled to that special offer or when it runs out or whatever. It's not my business, not for me to say how long that offer is running for. I'm not entirely sure. So, without further ado, without getting too sidetracked in all my conference excitement, because I can't wait to go to North Devon, which is by the sea, and I absolutely love the sea. So, there's so much to be excited for in my world right now. So, yeah, but without further ado, today is day 10 of my 31 videos in 31 day challenge. So, today's topic is turn away from limitations. A few days ago, I got a message from somebody who liked a post I shared, and they said that something along the lines of, wouldn't it be great if we could just show people the power that they have within inside of them instead of seeing their limitations? And so I just wanted to talk about that today, that as human beings, it appears that we have limitations. It appears that we have limits. There's only so much we can eat. There's only so many hours we can stay awake for. There's only so much we can do in one day, in 1 year, in one lifetime. We die, so in that form sense that there's a limit there. So all our senses, all our 5 senses are telling us that there's limitations, that we are limited in some kind of way. And yes, in the human form there are some limitations in that sense, but that spiritual part of us, that we are 100% spiritual and 100% human, that spiritual side of us is limitless. There is an unlimited amount of possibilities and things that we can do and create when we open the door to that awareness, to that space inside of us, of that energy behind life that I talk about so often, that energy that governs us, that is guiding us, that which we are, that we are one with that creative energy. We are able to create a world of love, peace and harmony. It is absolutely possible and more. That I've only been exploring this spiritual understanding. Yeah, I mean, I've been on a spiritual journey for as long as I can remember, but in terms of this understanding the three principles exactly, it's only been 5 years. And this is how much I've uncovered. This is how much my heart and mind has opened already. Imagine in the years to come that what can come from awakening that sleeping soul. Because what happens as humans is, our soul is awake and there and ready to explore, and we're curious, as toddlers and children, we're curious, we ask questions, we experiment with things, and then we get told, no, don't do that, and other people's opinions and all this, you shouldn't do this and you shouldn't do that, and we build a world of limitations around us, and we take those limitations on as solid truth. There are certain things we can and can't do, because society dictates, or the adults around us dictate, or what would people think. When we realize that we are not our limitations, that we don't have to be held back by those limitations, we can be set free beyond our wildest dreams. We can create from a space inside of us that we never knew we had, and yet we always knew was there. That we knew that possibility was there, because as humans, as conscious beings, we're always searching for something, there's got to be something better or more fun or easier. We're always looking for a more light-hearted, there we go, if I can get my words out. We're always looking for a more light-hearted way to live life and be human, to not struggle. Nobody wants to struggle and be angry and, limit themselves. I hear a lot of people saying there are certain things they can't do, because and because of this or because of that, and sometimes it's like an empty threat. It's like, I can't do that just because, so I just can't. It's not something I can do. It's like there isn't really a reason why they can't do something. If you've got a desire, a dream, you're not limited. There isn't a, no matter how much your five senses are telling you that you are limited from achieving that goal, it's just not true, because there are ways, once we tap into that power inside of us, that energy, there are ways to achieve the impossible, to achieve the things that you never thought you could ever do, that the whole world told you you could never do. That we have this power, this creative energy inside of us, that when we tap into it and tune in to that part of our soul, that part of our energy, life unfolds in magical ways. And maybe you're thinking, oh, but what about on a practical level? Like, it sounds all lovely in your world, Becca, and that sounds nice, but what about on a practical level? I don't have the resources to do what it is I want to do. In that kind of situation, it's like, it's holding on to the faith and the knowledge that there is a higher power guiding you, that you're not alone. You don't have to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. You don't have to walk around with a heavy heart. The resources you don't have right now, like, just because you don't have them now to achieve what it is you're looking to achieve, doesn't mean you never will. And I've spoken before in previous videos, having desires is no mistake. In the Bible it says God created us in his image, and if the Bible's not your book, and I mean, it's not even mine, I just know quotes from it. I'm not religious. I don't think I've ever even read the Bible, but I know quotes from it, and they mean so much to me now on this journey. From that quote, it's, oh gosh, I've forgotten the quote. Isn't that fascinating? I guess I'll have to watch the recording and find out what it was that I said. Who knows? But it's, when not knowing, that's it. God created us in this. Oh, this is just amazing. I do love this human experience of mine. God created us in his image, and so we are God. There are 7 billions of us in the image of God. That's his image. That's the image of the higher power. That's what higher power looks like. It looks like me, it looks like you, and it looks like the rest of the world. All these people walking around, that is higher power in action. That is the image of higher power, because it isn't a tangible thing. It isn't something we can see, but we can see it in every single human being on this planet, that we are that higher power. So with that knowledge, with that awareness there, you can get curious. If I am God, if I am that higher power, what can I create in my world? That those desires we have as humans, their wants and likes and dislikes, they're no mistake. Absolutely no mistake. The fact that we're created in God's image, we are created with those desires for a reason. And with all the bumps and confusion that comes along the way, it's just part of the journey, it's part of the story. It's like when you're watching a movie or a TV series, if you watched it where the person wanted something and then they got it and then it finished, it'd be a very short and boring movie. Nobody would really watch it again, or they'd, rate it really bad. Even children's movies and episodes, there is, the beginning where everything's good and then something goes wrong in the middle and then it gets solved in the end. And it's like that in human life as well. Each chapter of our lives has a beginning, has a middle, and has an end. It's like we have this disruption, a bit confusion, we get a bit lost, we lose our path, and then we find it again. And that's all that's happening when we're seeing limitations, when we're seeing lack, when we're seeing that there are things we need that we don't have. There are things we want to achieve, but we can't because we don't have the ability to do it. It's just the middle bit. It's have the faith that the ending will go even better than you could ever imagine. Because, not all seeds that we plant are going to grow into flowers. Some, they might be defected, or, they just won't grow for whatever reason. So the same with us and our desires. Some don't come to fruition. It's just not meant to be. And others do. But it's holding on to the faith with no judgment and no expectation. It's holding on to it that even if it doesn't happen, you're still whole and complete. You're still 100% human and 100% spiritual. So I hope there was something helpful in that video, and I hope you're enjoying the March challenge, my daily videos. Please leave a comment if there's anything you want to add or ask, if want me to expand on anything I've said. I know that spiritual teaching, a spiritual understanding is very paradoxical. Is that a word? There's a great paradox in what I'm talking about. I may say one thing this today, and then tomorrow I may say something that's completely contradicting to what I've said today, and that's because it's neither and it's both of those things. Whatever I say, the exact opposite can be true as well. It's not one size fits all, and it's beyond the words, as I've said many times before. So yeah, if you have heard about my webinar series that I'm doing, please feel free to join my Facebook group in the description below, and yeah, like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel to not miss out on the rest of the 31 days that I am going to do. So yeah, see you tomorrow and have a beautifully blessed day. Bye.